Today is 7 days post-op, and it is such a beautiful day today. So I have been outside. I've been walking around a little bit today. It's so nice out here, so fresh, and the sun is shining, taking advantage of this beautiful day that the Lord has made. I'm feeling pretty good still. I can tell that the muscles in my back is actually hurting a little bit. Not really hurt, but just slightly, I guess, just slight discomfort in the muscles in my back. And that's probably from walking around. That's probably from doing things like that, because I haven't done anything else. I haven't done anything strenuous or anything like that. Also, I had a little bit of discharge from one of my incision sites last night. And I think what that is, it's trying to heal. And so some of like the scab around it has kind of worked its way up a little bit and just kind of dried out. But that's part of the healing process, and I understand that there's nothing really bad going on there. So I am going to get my husband to bring me to the pharmacy today and get some iodine and just put a little iodine around it just to make sure to prevent infection, things like that. But I don't think anything like that is going to happen. I'm not going to think anything negative about it, because I know that it's a healing process. So, and it's not a lot of discharge, it's just a little bit. But just as a precaution, we're going to put some iodine on it, and especially on that one anyways, and possibly on a couple of the other incision sites. There's 5 total. So you hear the birds out here. It's so peaceful outside. So I'm enjoying today. I'm enjoying being outside. I'm enjoying being up, moving around. I am going to take a nap in a little while probably, or at least lay down for a little while this afternoon after lunch. It's about 11 o'clock right now, 11 o'clock in the morning. So here in a little while, I'm going to have some lunch and maybe help the kids with homeschool. My husband's also going to come to, like I said, take me to the pharmacy and take me to the grocery store, because it's different when when he buys groceries and when I buy groceries. So I'm going to go ahead and let him take me to the grocery store and pick up just a few things that he missed, and help him with that and get some iodine. So looking forward to today. Looks like it's going to be a great day again. So each and every day I'm getting a little bit stronger, a little bit better. Of course, in the evenings I get worn out, so I usually lay down right after lunch for a little while, just to make sure that I can make it through the evening. So I'll catch up with y'all in a little bit. All right, so I am day 15 post-op, and I said that I would give a little update and let you know how I'm doing. Yesterday I had my appointment with the gynecologist, who was the surgeon who did the operation, did the total hysterectomy on me. So he just kind of, went over the pathology report with me, which I had already seen. And then he checked my incision sites and just made sure that, everything was healing up nicely. Everything's up to par, and it is. Everything's going great. Everything's going well. And, I can't complain. God has been good each and every day. I just thank God for what he's done in my life and how he has healed me from so many sicknesses and so many things that I've dealt with in the last many years. A lot of it was connected, and I just didn't realize that it was. So I thank God for that. I thank God that it's over. Thank God for each and every day of my life, that he's been so good to me and that he's protected me. He's walked with me. And, I'm still resting. I'm getting to where I'm doing a little bit more during the day than what I was before, but I can still tell that in the afternoon and evening hours I am more tired than when I am in the morning hours. And so if I know that I need to get some things done, then I try to work before lunch to get the bulk of it done, and then have most everything that I need to do done by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then my family steps in and starts helping me even more after that. So I'm still not like sweeping the floor or anything. I can sweep, but like I can't bend down and get it in the dustpan or whatever. I guess if I had like a long handle dustpan, then I could do that, but that's okay. I'm able to do laundry because I have a front load washer and dryer, so I'm able to do that. For the most part, like I say, in the evening hours, I can't even do that. So I can wash my feet. Thank God. There was like, a few days in the beginning where I couldn't wash my feet when I showered, stuff like that. My husband actually had to wash my feet for me. So there's that. You can't bend over for, a long time after surgery, or I couldn't. And I still can't bend, all the way down to the floor. I can't do that yet. I'm not going to push it because I don't want to mess anything up. But little by little, each and every day, I'm doing more than what I was, the day or two prior to that. So I'm continuing to walk every single day. I'm not walking like a half a mile or anything, but I'm walking up and down my driveway. We have a really, really long driveway. So if I walk it several times a day, then that's like, a quarter to a half a mile there. So yeah, I'm doing that at least 2 to 3 times a day. I'm not walking it 4 or 5 times, like I just said, but 2 or 3 times a day. So that's something, that's a start. And on the days when I know that we're going to go somewhere or, like out to eat, or we're going to go to the store, if I have to go with my husband to do something, then I don't walk 2 or 3 times in the driveway. I just walk 1 time. And, if that's even practical. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, depending on what it is that we have to do, what errands it is that we're having to run. Like the other day, I parked my car downtown at the square, and do y'all call it that in y'all's town? Here we call it the square, like the area around the courthouse and etc. So I parked the car there. I was running errands by myself that day, so I parked the car there, went to the bank, went to the lights and water is just right there at the square, and then walked down to the courthouse, walked up those 13 steps. Okay, I should have used the side door, but I didn't. I walked up those 13 steps, and by the time I got up those 13 steps, I said, whew, okay, because I got a little tired. When I came back, then I still had some things to do. I had to go to the grocery store and had to go, well, I didn't have to, but I stopped at Salvation Army because it's been a while. So I stopped at Salvation Army, saw that there wasn't too many people there, went ahead, went inside, went shopping for, about 20 minutes, and then came home. Well, at the end of the day, I started spotting a little bit. So be aware of things like that. Be aware of your limits. Be aware of the limits that your body can do, because each and every one of us is different. So that was about a week to a week and a half after surgery that, I started spotting, and I had not been spotting. I had only spotted for about 2 or 3 days after surgery. And so by that time, I had already stopped spotting, and I started back just because I did too much. And, it wasn't bright red blood or anything like that. And I did mention it to my doctor. Of course, I just rested the rest of that day and tried to rest the next day, to the best of my ability. Still got up and cooked for my kids, stuff like that. So that's another thing. After 7 days, I started cooking again, but just, really quick meals like scrambled eggs or sunny side up eggs, or, bacon, or putting a pizza in the oven and taking it out, which they're big enough they can kind of do some of that stuff too. So they can't cook bacon yet because that's a whole other thing, grease popping everywhere. But they can cook scrambled eggs, they can do fried eggs, they can do pizza in the oven, stuff like that. Okay, just the frozen pizza that you buy in the store, pop that in the oven. They can do that. They can heat up things in the oven in general. So but I am still helping them some now. Now that, past 7 to 10 days, I started helping them some with even things like that. Because, kids get worn out too. So I want to be there for them. I want to help take care of them as long as possible. I don't want them to grow up too fast like I did, just because, of parents being sick and stuff like that. I hate that for kids when that happens. I know that sometimes it's out of our control as parents, but I grew up like that. I don't want to do that to my kids if at all possible. So I do want them to know how to do things in life. I do want to teach them how to do, everyday normal tasks here in the home and outside the home as well. And they are learning that, okay? They're 9 years old, almost 10. She'll be 10 in about 9 days. And then my son is 11 years old. He'll be 12 in August. So it's time for them to start, loading the dishwasher and doing laundry and things like that. They were already doing laundry before I had surgery, occasionally. And they have chores, each and every week they do have some chores each and every day that they have to complete. And at the end of the week, we give them a little something for that. So they are already used to doing that. It's just they've had to help a little bit more, since I've had surgery. So we're kind of coming down now and coming back to their regular everyday chores. And I'm trying to do what I can do. My husband is trying to do what he can do. And he's been cooking for us up until these last few days. And he still does every once in a while. Sometimes he'll take us out to eat or something, and sometimes I cook. So, things are getting a lot better. Doctor said everything's looking good. The pathology report was just what I had already told y'all. You can go back and watch the pathology report video. It was a live stream that I did. I shared the whole entire testimony of how I ended up having the hysterectomy and why, and the process that I went through, and blah, blah, blah. If you want to go back and watch that, it's all together in a video called Pathology Report. So, and that's pretty much all that I have to say. After 10 days, it did get a lot better for me. So, I'm almost feeling normal now. I'm almost. Every once in a while I'll get, a little cramp or something in my pelvis. Or I will say that the first few days after surgery, I don't know if I said this in the other video, but or in the other videos, I did feel empty. My pelvic region and lower abdominal felt empty. And of course it is empty, but as time goes on, I know that those organs are going to take up space there. I know that the organs that are higher up will, extend down just a little bit and occupy that space. So I'm starting to feel quote unquote normal in that sense as well. I'm also starting to feel normal as far as how I feel, when I do things, when I do everyday normal activities. So, of course, no intimacy with my husband still. I will be out of the woods hopefully in about 6 weeks from now. So the doctor said next time that I go see him, next time I go see the doctor, which is in 4 more weeks, I will do an internal exam. And he said he's just going to poke around down there, is what he said. He said he's going to pick at my vagina, is what he said. So yeah, that sounds lovely. That sounds fun. No. Anyways, I'm not looking forward to that, but I know that he has to do some type of test to make sure that everything is healing properly down there. So while that's not something that sounds, great to me, I do understand that he has to do what he has to do to make sure that everything's all right before I start back doing anything down there. So, I'll let you know how that goes after I have that appointment. But I think that, I'll slow down on the updates and things. I will still give, a few updates in the future, because I know it's a huge surgery, and I know that perhaps 1 or 2 or 3 weeks isn't going to cut it with this type of surgery, right? So we're not completely out of the woods. I've heard a lot of women say they didn't feel normal until a year after surgery. So, but I will slack up on the updates and just kind of go back into a normal routine and give just occasional updates from here on out. But thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your support, for your prayers, for your love during all of this, and so much more that has happened throughout the years that y'all have been there for me. I want to just thank you for that. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that these hysterectomy videos are helping someone out there who is trying to make a decision, has already made a decision, maybe going through the process right now, or maybe your loved one, your wife or your sister, your friend is going through, or your mom is going through something like this, and you just wanted to be of support. You just want to know, what she may be facing going through this process. Remember, my experience is different than, your loved one's experience. We are all unique, and we all have unique issues that lead up to hysterectomy. And our bodies are not the same. I don't pretend that my body is the same as another woman's. My journey is not the same as yours. Your journey is unique to you. So remember that and take what I say with a grain of salt, okay? Because everybody's different. So just know that. And I'm not your doctor or anything like that. I'm just sharing my experience, okay? I can say that my migraines and tension in my head, stuff like that, tension behind my eyes, things like that have gone away as well. So I did say that to my doctor yesterday when I went, and he said, hey, I need you to advertise for hysterectomies. And he said, no, I'm just kidding, girl. He said, everybody's experience is not the same. I can't say that that's going to work for, all women, but I'm so glad that it worked for you. That's what he said. So, all right. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Please give us a big thumbs up. Share this video out to help another woman who needs to hear this. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We normally do family videos, family vlogs, day in the life videos, cooking, recipes, homeschool, all things stay-at-home mom and homeschool related over here on this channel. And then I have the other channel, which is Nancy Perrin Ministries, where we preach the word of the Lord and pray for his children over there. If you are a believer and you're interested in that, then please check us out over there at Nancy Perrin Ministries. Thank you all, and see you later. Bye-bye.